it's been a while now already. It's been like a month.
Yeah, but I'm still not really, I don't know. I like, I think I'm just a bit, I don't know. Being back from that, I don't know.
It's
That
pretty
was,
insane.
yeah. I think because everything, the whole thing was such like an experience. Like just what Phil's, Japan, like, but the wedding as well. And I just love, th when I think about especially Phil's, it was such a roller coaster of emotions. Like, whether it, like even like whether like the good, the good, me losing my phone, the bad, and then like just the gorgeous, seeing like the wedding, like the island and stuff, which was like fucking crazy. I don't know. It was just beautiful.
Both extremes for you.
Well, the bad was all self-inflicted, yeah.
That's crazy because you know what? I've never got blacked out. Oh, I have to lie. Wait, never mind. I've got blacked out drunk, but I never thought I'd get blacked out drunk like overseas. Minus when I was with you, Jem, like in America. But other than that, though, I never thought that would happen, especially first night
Yeah, what are the chances, bro?
But like, are we surprised
with.
with you blacking out on the first night and losing your phone?
What are the chances, bro?
Uh I think it was small chances because I'm like okay, because it could be two things. When I grabbed the Grab, which is, as you know, the Southeast Uber, like the Southeast version of Uber, I guess, Grabs. I know I booked my Grab, but I think they literally either canceled right before I got in the car or I got in the wrong car, but I don't see myself getting in the wrong car. Because I feel like if I got in the wrong car, wouldn't that just mean like more bad stuff would have happened to me?
Yeah.
Potentially.
All right, but you know what my favorite? I have a great memory of that though. So after that, the next day, you wasn't there, Carl, but like so when I was that because I saw Jem and all that. Jem more happy. Oh shit, you made it, all good. Then I told him I lost my phone, and I thought he was gonna roast me, but I could feel every particle of him hold it back. It was the most I've ever seen him. Like you, I don't know if you've ever seen him hold back before, but I haven't. And that was like, hey man, it's so good. It'll be fine, bro. It'll be fine.
I just, you know, sometimes when people are so unlucky, but
Bro, 6 hours,
self-inflicted.
8 hours after that, it changed. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Because like, I let you look like you're about to cry. I didn't want to push you over the edge.
A little bit, little bit.
Yeah, man. What a dream.
How do you guys feel being back?
Uh, Being straight back into it, getting lots of trying to get lots of things done, and you know, it's been cold, but yeah, it was tough for like the first few weeks.
I know you were like pretty much officially married before you like we got to
Yeah,
the Philippines, but are you used to saying my wife now?
and I
Because now
am now.
because you're not really saying like that's my girl. Like you're just saying
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
mean you can say
It's
that. Nothing's wrong
actually
with
it's
saying
actually
that.
easier. It's actually much easier to say my wife than my fiance.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Not because the word is like longer or anything. It's just fiance is like, because you used to be able to say your girlfriend, Mrs. blah blah blah, but fiance is like a very in between. Not that it's unsure, like you're sure, you just haven't. It's not done. Wife is like you're
Yeah.
done.
Soon it's gonna be you, Carl.
Yeah, man. Far up. Like how many months?
It'll go
No, but
quick.
how is the married life? No changes. Same, same.
There's a few things that have changed, like uh, closeness feeling, secure feeling, and it was you were there at the church as well, not just at the beach. So it was like, it was our covenant towards to God that we would be together. So that makes it a lot, very much more special than just like it's more than just paper and that to us.
Do you this is I wouldn't say this is a bad thing, but I am just curious, just with just you as a person. Do you feel like since you've tied the knot, did it feel? Do you do even just like a little bit? Did you ever feel heavy with just like, oh crap, this is no longer my girl. This is like everything now. Do you know? I know she was your everything before, but do you know what I mean? Because like now it's like everything else becomes so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
more.
yeah. Yeah,
Not saying it's a bad thing.
well, I'm not saying it was overwhelming. It was just so much happened the past few months. The past couple of months has been insane and crazy, but it's been special. It's been a dream having everyone there. Like there was that I remember just before the wedding riding around the island and I would see you guys at one spot, then I'll go to another spot, then there's different group and then over there is like toss and then I'll go over there and it's Picton and them and I'll go over here. Albie's there, like I don't know. It was insane. I can't even explain how insane it was just being on that island with our family and our friends. You know, it was insane because I've I can say that I've traveled with everyone that I've ever wanted to now. You know what I mean? Like I've been overseas with every single person that I've ever wanted to. Man, it was crazy. Even like just getting there and having Shiva and Shydad with us and our family getting there. Um, all the days leading up, get the wedding, even after, then going to Ali's in Bali. Like every single day of that whole time was special.
What was the comparison with the cities? With Manila, Bali, and Thailand? Am I wrong? Thailand,
Oh,
right?
we went to Bangkok, yeah. So Bangkok's
Bangkok,
the
yeah.
city. Um, well, Bali can't really compare to Manila. Manila is a city. So Bangkok and Manila, you can compare. Bali's more, you could compare it to Coron or Palawan, but like at a more evolved stage too. Philippines is
Okay.
still very, very underrated and underdeveloped compared to Bali. Bali has is made for tourists and has been like that for the past 30 years or so. But us, me and Carl went to Palawan in 2012 and it used to just be Pinoys that were there. Now it's like you were on that plane, like it was foreigners everywhere.
Yeah.
Bangkok and Manila, they have their own culture within it and it's fun as well. But it's just as busy. It's hot. It's Southeast Asia still, so there's some similarities as well. But there was a lot of pretentiousness in Bangkok that I've never experienced anywhere in the world.
Oh, really? No
Oh,
way.
okay.
So uh, we went to this bar where Hangover 2 was filmed. You know when they go to Thailand? Yeah, they go to that
Yeah.
rooftop bar. And I'm not gonna even name the place. You know what? I think it's like Sky Lounge or something. And then me, Charles, Albs, and Fatty, we went up there. And they were really nice from the top of the lift and from the from the entrance. They were saying, "Yeah, we're happy to be. Have you been here before? No, we haven't. Blah blah blah." And then they sit us down, and this view is amazing. And there's a lot of rooftop bars. That's the thing I learned about Bangkok. There's a lot of rooftop bars. You haven't been APK.
No, no,
Oh yeah,
haven't.
you'll love it. But we get up to the top and we're sitting there and we're looking and we're like, this is amazing. I open the menu, the drinks menu, and I look at the price the I look at the menu and I'm margarita, this, that, and I see 1600 baht, 1600 baht. And I put that into my calculator and it was about $65 Australian. And I go, wait, is this a J up? Like, what kind of what's in this? And it's not like we came from, like a province in the Philippines, and we come from Australia. We come from Sydney. So, but I've never been to a place like. Can you, at the top of your head, you go out a lot, PK. You go to a lot of bars. Have you ever been
Mm.
to even like at the top of Crown, the top of Shangri-La? There isn't really something where they're like $65
For
for a
for it.
cocktail, like a margarita. Have
There
you?
there is,
$65.
but there is that oh my God, what is it called again? but it's a very rare thing though.
Yeah.
But did when
So
you were looking at, but like,
uh,
'cause especially 'cause you're saying you went to, is this place like famous?
oh
Like from,
well, it's the place where Hangover 2 was. I guess it's a famous place. But anyways, we get there and we're Albie, me, we're like, well, what the fuck is this? So, the girls they ask for a water and they don't just bring tap water out. It's like the San Pellegrino bottle, but they
mm,
put it in a glass. And then Fatty goes, "Can I get another few glasses?" And they go, "Oh, actually, we can. The policy is that we can only give water to one person."
what? What?
And they were like,
You bought the
"What?"
bottle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
But you
they
bought
were
the
holding the
bottle.
bottle, but they were holding it, and they were like, "Yeah, everyone has to drink." And then we were
What?
like,
Okay, that's
What?
weird.
they
Yeah,
want
that's
us
weird.
to drink their cocktail, and we were like, "Okay." So what we did, we just drank a glass, and then I mean. Albie ordered a margarita. He's like, "Fuck, we're already here. I don't whatever." And it's not that we can't pay for it. It's just fuck that. Like
It's a
65 bucks.
glass. It's
This
a glass.
is
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
glass.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you know we were already bad vibes. What kind of place is this? Pretentious. So we go upstairs to where the filming of that movie was, and the girls start like insta, um,
Yeah.
photos and videos of the place, recording.
Mhm.
And the guy goes, sorry, you can't record because you need to be drinking if you want to record." And we were just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
Facts,
was a bad
100%.
vibe place.
Weird. What was even in the cocktail? Why was it $65?
No, it's just that's the price of the cocktail. It was just
Was it visual? So when the ones I did see that were that amount, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it had like this expensive Hennessy in it, but the visual of it kind made it look good too, right? It's a big thing. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
no, it
I
was
never
just a
bought it. I never
margarita.
bought it.
It was just a
Oh, it's just
margarita in a glass. Here you go.
okay. No, no, fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
65 bucks, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And then
That's a
When Albs first tried it, he goes, "Fuck, I could make a better one." And then I had some. I go, "What is it? What's in this? Like gold? Well,
yeah.
65 for what?" Yeah.
Question for both of you, because I know you guys have been to Philippines a few times. Obviously, it was my first time, but in Manila itself, I did check out a few bars. Was the price raised up more? Because I felt like when I went to some cocktail bars when I was with Robbie, the price when he calculated it, it was it wasn't obviously the same as Australia, but it was almost there. And we only had like two cocktails each. Would you say it's gone up higher? But I guess it's kind of everywhere, right?
Oh.
For me?
Like, just it,
No.
well, either of you, like your experience in Manila, like, did you feel like the price has gone up more with certain things?
Obviously, like to some extent, it would have gone up. Obviously, because the last time I went was a long time ago when I was like
Mm,
teenage. Yeah, and then basically, obviously, with all the developments and like all the new cafes, restaurants, bars, it's kind of raised the price a bit, obviously, because you're kind of encouraging more of those like foreigners and that type of crowd to come through. But I'm not too sure. Like, obviously, with inflation, it's probably gone up. But I didn't, to be honest, I didn't really drink out at very like bars and whatnot to kind of compare the
Yeah.
price.
No,
Yeah,
it's definitely gone up, even from 5 years ago, or when did I go before COVID? 2023, like 2018, when I
And
was with the
tourist and
boys.
tourism is like booming there now.
Yeah.
yeah. They're
And
doing a
it's
lot
gonna
of-
get even crazier. So from what you saw and what you experienced, it's gonna get crazier. It's gonna turn out to be like Bali one day.
Mm, I can see that.
Because
I can see that.
they the Philippine government, Philippine tourism and Qantas and Jetstar and Philippine Airlines, they just created like a new partnership where they're gonna have more airlines go to the Philippines in the next few years to boost
Oh,
it.
that's hectic.
Yeah. It's cool.
I'll
It's cool to
go.
see more people going, like people. That's I love the fact that we had people that would probably never go to the Philippines, but they came because it was our wedding, and we gave them that reason to come out. And most, well, I think everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone had a good time when we were there.
It
It
was
was a
good.
great time, bro. This is like me losing my phone meant nothing because of all the memories I have seeing everything.
Yeah.
Even though Carl's laughing right now.
It was hectic, bro. I'm still, yeah, with this Sydney weather, I'm still kind of fantasizing about it, but it
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Man.
once in a lifetime.
Oh, yeah, so we've all seen, us three have seen Sinners, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of a review of this movie. It's with directed by Ryan Coogler, director of freaking Creed 1, and Black Panther, starring Michael B. Jordan as both the twins, the criminal twins, Stack and Smoke, starring also Haley Steinfeld, is it? Yep,
Hmm.
and Delroy Linton as well. Um, Love him, by the way. He's the older guy. He was the one that was I don't know if you ever watched The One, but he was a police cop in that. And one of
Hmm.
my favorite movies with Jet Li.
The one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jet Li.
So this movie was crazy because it was like it's a horror movie, but it kind of felt like a little bit like a musical as well
Yeah.
because there was so much music
It was
involved in it.
definitely a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was, I mean, like, I'm still kind of banging a little bit of the soundtrack still because there was so much songs. But it's funny because, like, my favorite songs in the movie, like, I also like there's, because you know how the vampires are Irish. So I love that guy because, and like, what was it called? I think it's The Road to Rocky Dublin. That's the one where they're all dancing around him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But it wasn't really scary though. I wouldn't say the movie was scary itself.
More like a
Did you guys?
thriller, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like more of a light thriller. I wouldn't say it's horror. I probably got one. The only jump scare in the movie. This is not even ruining it. It's at the start of it. It's the snake. You know where the snake comes out,
Yeah.
Mm.
and I jumped. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking
No.
got scared of that.
Gels did for sure. I remember that.
What was your thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, overall, I liked it. Yeah, obviously, I think I spoke briefly before. There's probably like some scenes that I felt like they could have done a little bit more differently, just with like the pacing. Because, like you said, it was like that only starting scene was kind of like where it was like a theatrical kind of horror. But then I guess yeah, watching the rest of it, you can kind of see it's more of like a light thriller, like you mentioned. But yeah, there was just the way that they framed it. I did enjoy it. I like you mentioned how there was a strong emphasis on how they blended like blues music, and it was very like emotional and spiritual, and how it kind of reflected through the characters, especially like Delta and Sammy. But yeah, just like you mentioned, it was very like heavily embedded with the music and then the scenes. It's kind of like a pulse. Like they're using it as like a heartbeat for certain scenes. Like for me, my favorite scene was probably obviously when Sammy was in the barn, and then it kind of like escalates to that climatic part where it's just like the barn, it's like gone, it's like it's burnt down, and then the vampires. What's his name again? The main vampire, forgot. Uh,
I think his name is let me just I'll give it a second. I think it was a Jack. No, it's not Jack. It is Remick. Remick.
yeah, yeah, that was
What
probably
did I
like
say,
one.
Jack?
Scenes. Yeah, just how it like escalated, and then you see them just like enchanted by his sound. I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm a sound guy, so that's probably that's probably why I enjoyed it so much in terms of the back music. It played like a big role. Yeah, but overall, I liked it. Yeah, if I'm being honest.
That was a big scene too. With that when Sammy was singing that song. I think the song was called to "I Lied to You." Because he's dad. So his name's Sammy, but his nickname is Preacher Boy because his father is a
Mm.
preacher. And his dad is very religious, obviously, because he's a preacher, and he never wanted him to get into the blues because at that time, probably like how maybe not so much, maybe our granddads, when they look at hip hop music today, they're just like, why are you listening to this music?
Mm.
It's so evil, it's so
Yeah,
angry.
yeah.
Why are you listening to this? And probably back before then, when they were listening, their dads, when they were listening to that type of
Rock.
blues music, yeah,
Yeah.
and our granddads were listening to like rock music at that time, they were probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's such a strong scene.
Yeah, that was my favorite. How about you, Jim? What do you think of it?
I enjoyed just watching it without really trying to break it down or anything. It was a fun, a lot of fun, exciting scenes. A lot of I don't know if you guys felt the same when you were watching it. You were trying to like, I don't know if it's because so warped with everything happening on the news about Diddy and then this as well that it was just kind of meshing.
What did
Like,
he?
yeah, like the way
I need to
what,
know why.
huh?
I need to know why. I didn't think of Diddy at all when I was watching this movie.
No, you weren't.
No, but I get what you're trying to say.
So, what part were you thinking that? Why was Diddy messing with this movie?
Um,
Is it because he's a sinner?
yeah, like you know when the brother, they go into, or even just anyone that goes into, because like you were saying, right? Let's just think of it. The dad was, you know, he warned him against when you pick up the guitar, son, evil spirits are gonna come, right?
Mhm,
So if you're using music as an analogy of you, because you could just be singing to within the church and doing what you love and passion, but he's like, I'm gonna go with my cousins and really go for this music thing. A lot of people do that when they go to Hollywood,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
They're really good. They're talented. They go into Hollywood, and the whole thing changes a person. Now we could say, Usher, Justin Bieber, whoever, even maybe even Diddy before when he went into Hollywood, and what happens to them in that world.
Mhm.
The devil comes tapping on their shoulder. They were probably really, really innocent and pure before they got into Hollywood. And then they just get into this world where they put on a mask and they have to put on a mask and they can't trust anyone. And then they really change it. They're not the same person, just like if they were taken by a vampire. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's I don't know if it's because I've been watching a lot of stuff, but it's a mesh of go follow not follow your dreams, but like going out and then using your talent for the wrong ways and then getting caught by evil spirit because you're in a vulnerable space. I don't know.
There's a fun fact about what you're saying, as well as something at the end scene. Um, so I'll say it now. So at the end of the movie, so spoiler alert, by the way, but at the end of the movie, right, when you see Stack and Haley's character, right, they walk to the bar. So they see Sammy now. Sammy's the cousin, but Sammy's he ran away. I know we're skipping some scenes, but Sammy got really old, right? Still playing the blues, lived his life, became a blues legend. Now, when Stack and Haley's character came in, they come to a big bar where a giant, beautiful mirror. There's a bartender there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at the mirror, it's showing all three characters and the bartender. Now, you see in the mirror, you don't see Stack or Haley's character because they're vampires. You can't
Mm-hmm.
see them in the mirror.
Yeah.
You can see the bartender,
Yeah.
but you also don't see Sammy. Now, Sammy's got older though, so he's obviously not a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is more like a conspiracy than an actual fact, but people are saying that he's the character. Remember back in the day where someone sold their soul to the devil
Right.
to become a great and
They got to
famous
do what he did.
musician?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you do not see him in the mirror because he
Yeah.
sold his soul.
Sold his soul. Exactly that. And that's what I was trying to say. Like people go to Hollywood, they sell their soul and then they become someone that they're not. And yeah, that final scene, I'm glad that you reiterated and backed me up, but that's what I was trying to get to.
I got that. I got those team effort, team effort.
Yeah, team effort. But that's what I was trying to say. Like, um,
I,
and also like black culture and getting it taken by the Irish that you were saying. And that was happening. Those themes were happening as well.
yeah. I
And
think
it's happened over time, like Elvis. Biebs got a hip hop R&B culture, but he got the most famous. Yeah.
I think I think my favorite scene in the whole, so definitely aligns with Carl, where he does sing that I lied to part. But a massive one for me that I don't know if it's my favorite scene, but it just makes me think of like just about red flags. When that Asian girl screamed, "Come in." So pretty much the premises of this movie, right? Yes, it's about vampires, but this is a vampire movie where they have to be invited in. And there was one Asian girl that said, "Just come in." And in my head, I'm just thinking like, red flags. Why would you do that?
I gotta be honest, yeah, that's the one scene that was like controversial for me. I was like, I feel like they could have done it a little bit differently.
Mm,
Because like it happened so suddenly. And like if I'm honest, like I actually didn't know because I had to research after the movie. I was like, why couldn't they just come in and kill everyone? Like sure. And then I researched and found out that you actually have to invite the vampire. I didn't know that. It's like a mythology.
Mm.
yeah.
But yeah, just the fact that yeah, I don't know, just very sudden. I was like, they could have kind of like built it up a bit more, or even yeah, I don't know. I was like, wow, she's so weak, bro. I was like, wait
Mm.
till morning, man. Yeah, but
Yeah, in
that
fact, because it's probably like in the whole movie, like I mean, it's more than likely like 3 a.m. Like you only have like 3 more hours, maybe 2 more hours, depending. I don't know what daylight saving is over there, but like they couldn't have waited. She couldn't have waited, um, especially because you know how far your house is from that barn. So why would you do that?
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But
yeah.
the only thing I didn't like about the movie was probably just the start of it. The start of it where the Native Americans came and they chased the vampire all the way to the KKK's people's houses, the white people's house. You know, the one in the barn? No, not the barn, the cornfield guys.
Yeah.
You know how there's three vampires? And before that, Remick gets to the couple's house. That part never made sense to me because I'm like, who are these Native Americans? Who are these people? Because they know everything about, they know that he is a vampire. So that part never made sense. Also, how did he survive in such a far distance? Because it's a cornfield place. How did he survive all of that sunlight? That part never made sense to me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's because it's a vampire.
But so again,
No, I was just like, it's because it's a vampire.
yeah, yeah. Um, Yeah. But all in all, though, the movie I thought was great. Acting was amazing. Um, everyone dies though, which is something I probably didn't expect. I probably thought like his ex missus would still be around, but like the smokes ex missus would have been around, but yeah, she didn't.
I really like
Uh, mhm.
and smoke. Like it's really seamless throughout the movie. Like you kind of obviously you just feel like two different characters
Oh, he did a
completely.
great job. My gosh.
But yeah.
Um, I I saw that thing that Denzel said to Michael B today. I
What'd
just
you say?
saw it today. Did you see it?
No, no.
No, no.
Oh, he was like, why would you show yourself like why would you always be on social media or like show yourself in the light all the time? Why would the people want to buy your movie on the weekend?
That's actually true. Like if I'm like who am I trying to think of? I don't know. Like if like I love Kevin Hart by the way, but because he's so much in social media, if you have a movie I'm not so much excited for, maybe it's not
It's
I
true. Him
mean
and The Rock.
yeah. Well, Rock's different though. Rock is definitely like he's a megastar in my eyes. Like he's such an action star where I could see people still going to watch. Well, like for me anyway. But I definitely do think that well, Denzel Washington, I know nothing about him. If he drops a movie, that's my only way of seeing him really.
I think that's
So he has
kind
a
of
point. He has a point there.
yeah. I think it's like you know what I mean? Because the traditional Hollywood actors we know back in the day, like they have their private life outside of Hollywood movies, etc. But in this day and age, like a lot of them break out their community through socials, or like they're just very active. It's very different to how, like you say, like Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, like you know what I mean? We don't know anything about their personal lives outside of the movies, etc., or barely anything. And then now, like we have all these stars. I'm trying to think. I forget his name. But yeah, basically it's just like the norm now kind of thing. But then I get what you mean, PK. It's like when you see that they're releasing like a movie or something big time, the thought is like it's kind of oversaturated because they're just so active on socials. But it depends on the person, I think. Yeah, it depends on the actor.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right there.
No, the thing I don't know, PK. I used to love seeing The Rock, and it was so good. Do you see when he would go away from WWE, go do Hollywood? We won't see him for months, years. Then when he comes back, it's like, yeah. Because we
Mhm.
always see him on like doing stuff or his movies on socials. It's not that like, oh, The Rock's back because we see him doing stuff all the time.
It's
And
because
it's the
it's like
same
it's
thing as the
expected.
movies, like, oh, here we go again, another movie.
Hmm.
And it's just like, it's The Rock in a movie. It's not, The Rock playing a character. It's The Rock in a movie.
I, I mean, he does got like a drama coming out. Is it War
And it's
Machine? No,
going to
no.
be The Rock again.
We're gonna have to dissect that movie when it comes out. It does seem like he's putting his full heart and soul into like him
Is this the wrestling
acting,
one?
acting. The MMA one
The MMA
where he
one?
plays
Oh, it's
Mark.
The
Mark
Rock
is it?
playing a Mark. Yeah.
We'll see. He does look different though. Obviously, it's prosthetics and everything, but we'll see how that goes though.
Yeah. Like, what was that? Shazam or whatever? Was it
Oh,
Shazam?
Black Adam.
Black
That's yeah.
Adam. Why
That,
did I say
that
Shazam? But yeah, Black
yeah.
Adam.
Same thing.
That's The
Yeah.
Rock as a superhero.
Yeah. It was. It was. It was. It's
What about
it's
Moana, the big Moana? Like, that's The Rock.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, like it's. I still like him though. As
No, I
Maui,
love him. I
he was
love him.
amazing. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
saying, you know,
No. No. I get your point to it.
yeah.
All right.
Because even in
Because
like even in the 48 laws of power, there's a law there that says use your absence as power. So that's exactly what Denzel Washington's saying is like don't always be seen or else people aren't gonna want to watch your movies. Like it's true. Look, Kevin Hart, he's doing it in a different way and he's very successful. We can't even talk about that, but it's so true. Like when you see a Denzel movie, like yeah, Denzel. You never get
Mhm.
excited for a Kevin Hart movie.
I haven't. I don't think I've ever been excited. But he's also not maybe not the type of person like the type of
Okay.
movie that I'd want to watch.
Yeah.
As in, as
But he's
in,
always
as in
there,
to a blockbuster standard. I mean,
Yeah, he's like a pop star, but for movies.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're pretty much going to wrap this up soon though. But my rating for the movie is 4 out of 5, just because certain parts of the movie didn't make sense, but still brilliant acting, brilliant music.
Yeah. I'm with you with a 4 out of 5.
Carl,
I'm gonna say if I had to lean, I'll have to say 3.5.
that's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
I can say 3.75, but yeah, I'll just have to lean 3.5. But I'm pretty
Nice.
much I'm still on
Mm,
board.
yeah, still great acting,
Cool.
but that's a curious canvas. As again, beautiful seeing all both of you guys.
Nice catching up.
We'll be doing more of these.
We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
See you guys.